Hey everybody, my AOL password here with another video game review. Today we are in Ghost of Tsushima, the director's cut. We are playing on PC with Steam PC. We are using an Xbox controller, ironically, with a PlayStation game on PC. So let's hop in here uh, and do what we gotta do. But overall, I enjoyed this game. Miles better than most of the other PlayStation titles. This is one of the newer PlayStation titles from um, the catalog. And personally, it's my second favorite PlayStation title um, outside of the original Spider-Man that came out in 2018, I believe. But this game, you are a ghost, I guess samurai, and I forgot the century, but I wouldn't say ancient Japan, but that time of Japan. Um, and you're on the island of Tsushima, trying to drive out the Mongols. Um, so that is like the overall story, and you just go through the main characters like story behind that. Overall, like I said, I enjoy it. The combat was probably the most fluid combat almost I've ever played. It was really satisfying. Um, it it was just really good. Granted, it had its challenges. There's no like difficulty sliders, so everything is like one. I guess one difficulty, or I think it scales to region because the island has three different regions for each. There's three acts and three different regions. I did like the dialogue, the story, the voice acting. It is very good. That it was good. Um, it brought a lot of emotion. There was a lot of emotional parts. There were parts that kind of fell flat, and like the movie logic or game logic type stuff. But overall, it was really good. Um, yeah, performance wise, it was well optimized. Except for there was only like one section towards the end where I actually had noticeable frame drops, but other than that, everything else was I was able to play at stable frames and like no real issues, maybe one or two crashes out of my experience. Um, so and if you have a if you have your PlayStation 5 or a solid enough PC, you should be fine. Um, I spent about I I spent about 30 some odd hours, 35 hours without the extra content because I know there's some extra content that came along with the game as well. So you'll spend a good amount of hours. My one complaint so far, it's kind of my complaint with a lot of the other PlayStation catalog, um, like catalog games of recent years. That's not it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's more of just like I don't know how to put it, but it's just more of a I wouldn't even say inconvenience. The cutscenes, there's the cutscenes are just too long and too drawn out. Well, not all of them, but more than enough cutscenes are just too long, too drawn out, and it's and for in this game at least, the first playthrough, if you're not in New Game Plus, you can't skip cutscenes, which I understand because it's a cinematic experience as well, and it's telling a story. But like some of those cutscenes are just too dragged out. There were a couple cutscenes that I found that were just completely unnecessary. Um, but most of them did tell the story. They did give a lot of um that cinematic experience. Like I said, it's not a bad thing, but it just became like the more you play the game, it's like, okay, let's keep going. Um, and some of the animations between the cutscenes to the game, like when you're ending a mission and your character's just standing there for like for more than long enough, or you can actually control your character again. Um, like those minor things, it's like they you could have like shortened the time, but you know, um, the side I love the side missions or the tales that they called it. They each one of them were very unique, and they followed like it's a series of I think there were like a few character arcs that the side missions revolved or the tales revolved around, and most of them were like a few missions long, but those missions actually took time and they actually had a lot of detail. It wasn't just like, oh, let's just throw a side mission just to throw a side mission in there. Like it actually had meaning and depth to those arcs, and it was I appreciated those. Um, because there are a lot of games that just throw side missions just to have side missions, and they have like no substance. So, um, yeah, I think good thing for fast travel. I do wish there were more. I'm more personally of a like I love looter shooters. There are some looting aspects in this game. I wish there was more customization in your gear and not necessarily min-maxing, but I do wish there were more customization options for your gear. Whether it's your blades or your bow or your armor slash clothing. But it was still good. The system that they went with was still good and it still got the job done. The skill tree was interesting. It wasn't like your generic skill tree that you get from most open world games like that, but um, it was good. The skill tree is locked through the progress you're playing, so it's like you don't have every skill, you know, visible to you from the get go. You have to come like progress through the story or do certain. I think there's a couple certain side missions I believe that give you different um skills or combat moves or something like that. So um I enjoyed that and the way you get your skill points. It was very different. It's not just oh kill enemies get XP whatever. So it was good. But yeah, I think I covered a lot of what I thought about the game. I would definitely give it a 9, probably 9.5 out of 10. Uh, yeah, not every game is perfect, but this one was pretty close. I can't wait to see the rest or the second game, the Ghost of Yotai. I don't know how to pronounce it, so don't uh, don't quote me on that. So, um, yeah, I do recommend this game for anyone who hasn't played it and wants a samurai Japanese game. Uh, the good thing about Director's Cut, you can switch the dialogue um, from Japanese to English or whatever your preferred language of choice is, with complete audio and lip sync. So it's not just a dub over. Like it's actually redoing it, you know, um, correctly. Um, so yeah, uh, I definitely recommend this game. Go buy it whenever you want, whether it's on sale or if you want to play it full price. Play it definitely if you haven't yet. Definitely good once playthrough. You might want to do a second playthrough or New Game Plus. I don't have intention to go back to New Game Plus, but it was really good. So yeah, go check out my other video game reviews that are on my channel. The previous one was Horizon Forbidden West. Go click on all of those, drop a like, comment down below what you liked or didn't like about the game. Uh, Drop a sub if you want to get all those stuff. I do That's What She Said series that can on TikTok, so I get converted into the YouTube shorts. So go check those out as well. I'll put my socials down below in the description, all that good stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching the video, and I will catch you all next time. So